So we're here, we're live, and we want to see practically how we can simply declare variables. So more on variables. So what I would do next is fire up my Visual Studio Code, of course, and I would simply start a new file. So let me just close this up, and file, new file, and of course just write some print statement. Okay, and by now you should be used to the print statement, and then you save it. Okay, so let me close this because I don't need it. Explorer. Okay, so guess. Okay, so just click on the Explorer to close that up, and I can also close this up as well because I don't need it for now. So I have enough space, and then I'll click on File and I'll click Save, right? And I'll just save that as variables, right? And click, go to my desktop, save it on desktop, right? So, and you have that. Oh, sorry guys, I made a mistake. I saved it as variables.txt, which is very wrong. Okay, so what you want to do is click on save as, and then save it as Python. Okay, so guys, don't make that mistake. If you save it as txt, it's not going to run because it's not a Python file. So I'll save it as Python, and then I'll save. So I have variables.py right here. So I want to first of all test this Python program, and I would simply fire up my command prompt once again, cmd, enter, and then of course go to cd into my desktop. Why do I miss this desktop? And I would run the program by typing Python, right, and variables.py, and you see it printing variables right there. So now for you to actually, so we're starting to like declare variables now, but there are some rules you need to follow in declaring your variables. We didn't talk about it while we were on the whiteboard session. So the first rule is that your variable, okay, it must begin with a letter. Okay, it must begin with an alphabet or underscore. So your variable has to start with an alphabet. So I'm going to write that. Your variable must start with an alphabet. Okay, so your variable must start with an alphabet, right? So this is the first rule. It must start with an alphabet. Okay, so the next rule is that your variable name, so your variable name cannot contain spaces. Your variable name can't have, sorry guys, very slow in typing, can't have spaces. So that's another rule. Your variable name must start with an alphabet. It can't have spaces, but it can have underscore. So alphabet or underscore. Now another rule is that your variable name, right, your variable name cannot be a reserved keyword. So your variable name can't be a reserved keyword. Okay, I think we have like all the rules right here. If any rule comes to mind, I'm going to share with you. Now notice that I'm writing this. Let me save this, and I'll run my program, right? And my program will work very fine even while I'm writing in my IDE. Okay, let me just show you what I mean by that. I'm going to open this up, and hit enter. You can see my program runs very well even when I've saved this, and I wrote a bunch of rules right there for you. Why is this working as expected? Because I am commenting this portion out. Okay, what is a comment in Python? A comment simply means you are writing some stuff for the human, okay, for you watching this video right now. I'm writing this just for you, and I'm using this hash sign or hashtag to tell the Python interpreter that, look, I don't want you to interpret this particular line of code. I want you to skip it. This is just for the person watching it, right? So that's the use of comment, and I'm commenting these rules, right, for naming variables. So these are the rules for naming variables. So let me name my first variables. I'm gonna give variable 1, right? So variable 1 can be anything, so can be a string, for instance, and I'm just going to call that string 1, right? Now variable 2 can be a number, for example 2, right? Now variable 3 or var3, right? var3 can be the word true, right? var4 can be 3.5, right? So this is the concept of variables. Now what we are going to do is we're going to print out these variables and see. So I'm just simply, for just ease of typing, I'm just going to change everything to var1, var2 and var3. So var1, var2 and var3. Sorry guys for the noise. Control S. Alright, so I'm just gonna pause this and come back when the noise is a little bit down, guys. Alright, sorry guys, I'm back. The noise was disturbing. I had to pause and now I'm back. So I have variable. Remember what I said about variable. A variable is just the basic unit for saving stuff in Python. So I've saved some data, and now I'm simply going to just print my variable. Okay, so I'm gonna print var1. So once you do that, you have that, and then I will simply duplicate this line, Control C, and then just duplicate that 4 times, and then I have var2, sorry guys, and then I have var2, and then I have var3, and then the very last one I have var4. Alright, so I have these variables being printed out right now. So let's let me open my CMD once again. I will just hit the R key on my keyboard to get the same command and hit enter, and you can see, of course, I have variable. Now the first line is print variable, so I have variables being printed out. I can decide to click here and then comment that line by putting that hash, and you see it turns green. So Control S to save it and go back again and just run that program once again. CLS, and I'm going to clear my screen, and this is what you have. This is how you can declare a variable. Now if I can also redeclare a variable, right? So if I print this and I say var2, for instance, var2, and I do 4, right, and I save this, note that I'm doing print var1, print var2, print, and then I'm saying var2 equals 4. Now let's run this code and see. You can try and take a guess at what's gonna come out, but let me just show you exactly what you get. So you can see I have 1 2 true 3.5, right? So I'm going to clear this once again, and I'll do something for you now. And over here now, I'm just simply going to say print the new print var2, right? Control S. So I'm going to call this again and do this. So you can see I have 1 2 true 3.5 and 4. So you can see I redeclared var2 and I changed the value. That's why we have it right here. After changing the value, the new statement is now 4. So you can redeclare a variable and change the value in it. Okay, so let's say we want to change the value to a string. Will it work? So you can do FOUR and save, and then you can run this program once again, and you can see yes, you can actually change it, you know, irrespective of the data type. You can change the value after you redeclare the variable. So that's that about variables. There are also other more things I would talk about variables. You can check the data types, right? So to check the data type, you can just add type in front of the variables and put that in a bracket like that. So you can do that for everything. So type, so this would show you the type, the data type, right? So I'm just going to do that for everything. So save that, and it's just simply going to tell me, I'll just toggle commenting. So if we go to edit, right, you see toggle block comment, shift alternate A, right? So if I select both lines and I do shift alt A, I'm going to do a block comment right there, and Python is going to skip that. All right, so I'll do Ctrl S to save that. I'll fire up my CMD once again and bring up this Python variables once again and hit enter, and you can see I have different variables which I showed you during the whiteboard section. I have different data types, sorry. I have the string, I have integer, I have boolean, I have float. You can see them one by one. So this is string for var1, 2 is an integer, true is a boolean, and 3.5 is a float data type. So thanks for watching, guys. In the next video we will talk about numbers, right? We talk about numbers, we talk about mathematical operation you can perform on numbers, and then we talk about strings and lists. Okay, so I can't wait to see you in the next video. I hope you're enjoying this Python course, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.